Sunny V2 single-handedly reviving Czechoslovakia. Apparently this YouTuber is a strong Czechoslovakian nationalist. I mean, aren't we all though? But yeah, apparently in one of his videos he forgot Czechoslovakia doesn't actually exist anymore.
Is unfortunately spoken in Czechoslovakian without subtitles.
Alright, since we're bringing back Czechoslovakia, we gotta do Yugoslavia next. This MFer went from playing one of the worst German guys in movies to playing one of the best German guys in movies. And there really wasn't that much time in between them either. He was ready to go. Inglourious Bastards came out in 2009 where he literally plays a no-no German, and Django Unchained came out 3 years later where he plays a good German. Then proceeds to win an Oscar for both. And I love the fact that he's actually from Austria. Watching Oppenheimer in South Korea, Hiroshima scene. Crowd starts cheering. Probably the most South Korean thing I've ever heard. And you know, it wouldn't take that much research to figure out exactly why that would happen. He has a lot of reasons to not like Japan that much. The US, the UK, Brazil, Canada, Italy, and France all calling this movie Oppenheimer. Then there's Mexico calling this movie El Bombas. I mean, why not? Let's just get straight to the point. Who cares about this guy? I just want to watch things explode. Apparently this isn't actually the case though. In Mexico, the film is still called Oppenheimer. It's actually Spain that changed the title to El Bombas. And I guess they do that a lot. There's actually many articles explaining why Spain ends up changing so many movie titles. A lot of the times it's just about increasing ticket sales. The aliens arriving on Earth and causing massive destruction in order to help lower house prices. I'm not exactly confident this would actually help housing prices, but it wouldn't hurt to try. Everyone is literally talking about how the US government is acknowledging aliens exist or something like that. Honestly, I don't really care. I'm just focused on buying a house right now. I don't really care. I just want to know when the next Area 51 raid is going to be. US Congress declares UFOs are real. So who are we about to send to win the Intergalactic Basketball Cup? Unfortunately, I think Michael Jordan here is a little bit too old. Honestly, LeBron might be a little bit too old. We definitely ain't winning that cup anytime soon. American government publicly confirms the existence of aliens. And here's Area 51 kicking us all out in 2019, thinking they had just gotten rid of us, but just wait until the 4-year anniversary. It might be a little bit too soon though. Maybe we should plan for like a 2024 invasion. Like they said in the first one, they can't stop all of us. Tourists in Canada about to touch a goose. Meanwhile, Canadians, don't touch that, you will die. It's extremely important you take their words really seriously. They aren't kidding. Getting in a fist fight with a goose is like a coming of age story for every Canadian out there. Always got to be prepared to get jumped at some point in your life. Biden, those missiles were supposed to go to Russia. Where did you send them? Oh, meanwhile, Biden.
There goes South America. Did I say South Africa? I don't remember. Oh.
What was destroyed? Whatever. At least the missiles were delivered. Look at this guy. You have no idea what type of pain he's gone through because when he was 6, he was forced to eat Amelia Earhart. I can't even begin to imagine how traumatizing that actually was. I don't know exactly when this theory started, but it is believed that Amelia Earhart crash landed on a deserted island and was eaten by these crabs, which is a really horrifying situation if you think about it. They can climb trees, they can go in water. You cannot stop them once they've tasted man flesh. Just for my own sanity, I have to believe this cannot happen. I don't want to imagine we live in a world where these things are just eating humans. Opinion: is the cure to male loneliness sailing the high seas with your bros? Is this a rhetorical question or something? Obviously this is the solution. The problem is we don't have enough wooden ships. I don't care what type of problems you're dealing with. You put 5 of your homies out there in the Caribbean, you guys are gonna have a blast. Your life expectancy would probably severely diminish, but it would be a fun time. I have 2 sides, heaven and Filipino. And let's just hope you always see the heaven side. You can't even begin to imagine how horrifying my Filipino side actually is. I love how there's at least one mention of the Philippines in almost every single one of my videos. It's like a tradition at this point. Imagine the ish Socrates would have written if he had an RBG light-up keyboard. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the things he did say was pretty mid, but with this at his disposal, based. A Jeep Wrangler is less aerodynamic than a Bulbasaur, which maybe isn't surprising. This tends to be how nature works. They're always just like perfectly modified for this sort of thing. Meanwhile, human engineering really doesn't always make a lot of sense. Actually, most of the time it does make sense. The word for pineapple in different languages. Annas, Annas, Annas in Danish, Czech, Dutch. There's Finnish and Annas, French Annas, German Annas, Haitian Annas, Icelandic Annas. We have Nanas here in Indonesia. Annas, Annas in the Nordic countries. Annas in Romania. Annas in Czechoslovakia. I did that on purpose, just let everyone know. Oh wait, there is one place that just had to be a little different. We in English like to make up random things like this. Gotta keep you on your toes at all times. Oh, I guess in Italian, pineapple is a little bit different too. The new logo is so ugly, bro. Wow, I cannot believe Twitter would do do such a thing. And this is coming from an account that really understands how to make things pretty. Why couldn't the Twitter icon just be a picture of the former president of Brazil? What if instead of renaming Twitter to X, they actually just called it Bolsonaro? Norway black metal bands writing songs about anger and hell and death when their house literally looks like this. It's like the most beautiful scenic area you've ever seen in your entire life. I guess they like to imagine how horrible life could be. It's all about keeping a balance. I don't understand this trilogy at all. First we have Full Metal Jacket. I did see part 1. Then there's Full Metal Panic. I'm still waiting to get to that sequel. Finally there's Full Metal Alchemist. I've seen parts of that. I wonder why Stanley Kubrick decided to go from live action to animes for the sequel. Maybe it was cheaper for the budget? The sky in scenic locations versus the sky in grocery store parking lots. And it's always the most magical thing you've ever seen in your life. I just bought a bag of gummy bears and milk from a local Walmart, and now I'm proceeding to see heaven literally open up. Maybe the grocery stores do this on purpose. They have control over the skies. When you have a good idea in Spanish, and you know the sound that correlates with this is gonna definitely make you want to dance. Man, I'm so depressed I can't think in Spanish. Names that sound alike, starting with open here, or wait a second, is that actually open here? Oppenheimer. I don't even know why this works. This is pretty dumb. But 100,000 people liked it. I guess it works. Are German U-boats still trying to sink American merchant ships going to the UK? Or did that mostly end after WW2? Talk about the most intelligent Quora question. I'm just kidding. I like to use Quora sometimes. I'll be honest, I don't even know if that's Quora. Obama soda! I have nothing else to say. If Korean pop is K-pop, that means Chinese rap is crap. Meanwhile, then we have French art. Yeah, let's just not talk about them. And that's one thing for sure. There sure is a whole lot of fart out there. A blue whale versus the Vatican City. Insanely, it doesn't look like we need a whole lot of blue whales to completely take over the Vatican City. I mean, I will admit it is going to be a little complicated to get them over there since Vatican City is completely landlocked within all of Italy, but you know, we could just like helicopter their way in or something. Wait, but why doesn't the Pope have at least one blue whale in his country? Like, that would be pretty cool. Just give him like a small little swimming pool or something. But I am imagining a scenario where we just start dropping blue whales from the sky just to see how long it takes to completely collapse this nation. I don't think it would take many. Honestly, a properly placed single blue whale could probably destroy everything here. I'm down to give it a try. First, there's Mozart, then there's Cinderella. Combine those two and you get mozzarella. This is where it came from. What exactly did these two people have to combine in order to make this very infamous cheese? Do I even want to know? Is it like hair I don't know. Imagine how much faster I could spread lies and negativity if Pangea came back. It definitely would be a whole lot easier to spread across the world. Wouldn't have to worry about massive oceans anymore. I mean, man, if I shouted loud enough from Washington, D.C., maybe Morocco could hear it. Japan copying French military tactics. France losing the Franco-Prussian War. Now Japan's starting to copy German military tactics. So at first they picked wrong on whose homework to copy. Japan wasn't very happy about that. Then they decided to copy the other guy's homework who actually got the question right in that one instant, in that one exam. Fortunately for them, if only they could see the future, Germany would not be the person to copy for wars. Well, momentarily, but then things would go bad. Tap water in Europe versus tap water in America. I guess it depends on what part of America. I know the Northeast has pretty good tap water, but I'm pretty sure in more of Europe, there's, yeah, it's better to drink the water. I will say my city in California will randomly have like brown water come out sometimes. That's not even a joke. Like maybe like once a year the water will be like a little bit brown. I live by the beach. You wouldn't think that would happen. People today, yes, I love watching TV. What will I choose today? Hours later, what will I watch? What will I watch? What will I... Just too many options. Meanwhile, people in the 1980s, what is on channel 2 of the telly today? We pretty much just got 4 options. Man, when you give people 4 options, that seems like a lot. But then once you give people unlimited options, unlimited things to watch, it feels like not enough. Crazy thing too is in the 80s, the television would just stop at certain points in the night, right? There's no longer any broadcasting. The first channel to go 24 hours though was in 1980 though. US Earthlings just chilling. Meanwhile, some random aliens deciding we were in the way of their new space highway. Maybe that's what they're here for, just to extend the lane of the highway. Looks like they're also operating under spaceship-based infrastructure. How lame. This groundhog has been stealing a farmer's crop in Delaware and eats it right in front of the surveillance camera. He stares into its soul too, just to really, you know, gloat. He knows exactly what he's doing. That's what it's all about, baby. Psychological warfare. Kid, Mom, can we go to the World Cup? Mom, no, we have the World Cup at home. Meanwhile, the World Cup at home. Hey, jokes aside, this is actually a pretty awesome World Cup. I kind of want this mug. It'd be cool if you could sell different World Cups with different maps, like a World Cup from like well, World War II might be a little bit awkward. Never mind, forget I said that. Patriotism entering my body the moment I see a country marble race video. I still find myself at 3 a.m. watching some of these. Honestly, sometimes my past videos felt a lot like making marble race videos in a way. Like watching AI computer nations fight to the death versus watching country marble videos race to the finish line have a lot more similarities than I expected. I'm just Ken with the Knuff sweatshirt versus I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. Clearly this was the problem with Oppenheimer. Dude needed to be told he was Knuff. Everything would have been okay after that. Big thanks to my patrons. I have cloned Drew and I'm now training him to fight the imposter doing these videos. Subscribe to Drew now.
John Denver.
Australia is real. I am not a
aPhatNarwhal.
Argentinian. Amateur Archaeology. Inquisitor.
KirinoIsBestGirl.
LuxembourgLover. Robert. The Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. The Mexican
Twickenhamster.
And why am I doing this?